Hey guys, it's me. Okay, so I am going to do my New Year's video that I wanted to do quite a while ago. I know it is well into February. It's like February 7th, I think. So I know it's kind of delayed and everything, but the reason is, and this is explained on my video, my update video, that I didn't have a memory card for my brand new camera, but I will do it now. So, basically my New Year's video is like looking back on 2009 and what I want to do for 2010. And, 2009 was a really weird year for me. I actually lived in Florida for 6 months. That was an interesting experience. Like, I'm not trying to hate on people from Florida, or like if you regularly visit Florida, or if you live in Florida right now. Like, I did meet a lot of really nice people down in Florida and I miss them a lot. But basically, like, it wasn't home, you know. I never associated it with that home feeling, which is kind of natural for being like, you know, I've lived here for the majority of my life and then I'm relocated to basically some foreign land. That's how I felt. So I wasn't comfortable down in Florida. But yeah, I graduated from Florida, Sebring actually. But basically in general, like, Florida was a really nice place, like, for scenery wise. Like, I really loved taking pictures of the sunsets and sunrises, and I loved going to the beach in Sarasota, and I went to Fort Pierce as well. And like, I loved the overall landscape of Florida and the area I was in, but the people just weren't, like, I didn't like them. I mean, maybe it was because we were like so different. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, because I'm from Canada and like moving to Florida, it's a really, really, really different atmosphere, and I understood that, and I figured, you know, like, I'm a pretty personable person, so, you know, I'll make quite a, like, some really good friends. I'll miss them, and, you know, I won't necessarily be accepted, but I'll be accepted on, like, my own terms. You know, I'll have those few close friends. The reason I didn't really like it that much was because I didn't really have that feeling of acceptance. It wasn't really tied in with, you know, like, homesickness kind of feeling. Like, because I'd lived here for so long, I figured I'd be homesick. But it wasn't really a homesick feeling. It was just a feeling that, you know, like, I had one or two really good friends. Well, actually one. I only made one really good friend. And, you know, like, I didn't really have that feeling of acceptance, which I thought would take quite a while. But I was there for 6 months. You'd think, like, I'd kind of have it by the end of, like, we were planning on staying for like the rest of our lives. So, but by like the third, fourth, fifth month in there, I was like, you know, I just want to go back to Canada. I want to go home, because that wasn't home to me. So we finally decided, along with some other reasons, to move back to Canada, and I was so glad to come back. You know, like, I miss my friends so much that I was just like, I'm going out. Like, we pulled the U-Haul into the driveway, and I was like, I promised my best friend I'd go see her, so I'll be home later to help unpack. I just let, like, there was my mom, my brother, and my uncle, and I just left them to unpack the U-Haul, the truck, and the van. And I was like, well, actually, we unpacked the van first, and then I just took off, like, I didn't come home till like 3 a.m. So, it wasn't that I didn't want to unpack, it's just like, my friends, I need to see my friends. So I was never so happy to be back in Canada after living in Florida for 6 months and not seeing them. So that was the majority of my year. So yeah, I wanted to go back to school, and I wanted to take communications tech and a co-op if I could. But because then I decided to go, like, work in the afternoons, like, go to school in the morning and work in the afternoons, I just decided to take co-op. So, but unfortunately that didn't really work out because there was no co-op in the morning, and so I just started working. And actually, I didn't start working until this year. So there was like a 5-month span there that I just did odd jobs, like I babysat and stuff. So, I mean, it was a really interesting year. There was a lot of really good moments in there, but it was an overall a basic year other than the 6 months I was in Florida, which was totally abnormal to me. So yeah, so on to 2010. This year started off really, really well. Because, first of all, my New Year's was just a really awesome night. I had so much fun New Year's. I was just hanging out with friends, having a good time, listening to music, just laughing. It was so much fun. So, and it's always a good way to enter a New Year. It's just having so much fun. So, and then I started working. I was so excited to be finally working. I've been wanting to work since I was 16, but I figured, you know, I should get school done and then work. So I waited until I graduated, and then I was like, especially when I got here, I was like every week handing out resumes. So I finally got a job, and I've been working since January 4th, which has been really fun. So, but yeah, I have a really good feeling that this year is going to turn out really, really well. So, because I've already met a lot of great new people, like long lasting friends. And I've actually met a couple of guys as well. Like, I actually just got back from a date. I went to go see Legion. So, no nasty comments about that movie in the comments. So, I know a lot of people haven't liked it, but off topic. 2009, my basic goals for 2009 is redo my room, because I'm looking around it right now and I'm like, I don't like what I see. So it's not overly messy, it's just I don't like it. Like, I don't like the color of my walls. I want to paint them green actually, and then I want to like move furniture around and stuff like that. And I just want to decorate it really, really nicely. So that's an ultimate goal. Another ultimate goal is to just, I'm saving up money to go to Cedar Point in August, the end of August. My girlfriend and I were going. So that's another ultimate goal. Ultimate goal for 2010 is to just basically have a good year, you know, like try to avoid a lot of hardships. I know they're like inevitable basically, but like there's always those situations, you know, like you have two paths and you're like, I can take this path and go into complete train wreck, or I can take this path and resolve it. Sweet. So I'm going to try and choose second path, where basically avoid as much train wrecks as possible. I also want to, I had like this whole thing planned out, and then now that I'm filming it's like all gone. But those are basically my 3 or 4 ultimate goals. I kind of lost count. So yeah, basically just have a good year, you know, like you can't ask for much when it comes to that. Maybe change my lifestyle habits a bit. It's not really much I can ask you for. Like, there's the repetitive things, you know, I want to lose 10 pounds, want to get a boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. You know, there's those things you ask for every year, but I'm not like that. You know, I'm like, long-term goal. I'm the type of person that makes long-term goals, and when I have that set, then I focus on the short-term goals to make those long-term goals be a possibility. Because if you just make a ton of short-term goals, then you don't really have much to look forward to at the end. Like, you just have something small to strive for. But if you have that long-term goal, especially a New Year's resolution goal, then you have that long-term goal and you're like, and you have something much more bigger to strive for. You have that pride, you know, and especially with the long-term goal and pride, you know, like once you've completed it or when you're close, you have that really sense of pride, that deep sense of pride, and that, you know, you're just like, I did it, you know, and all you just pushed all the negativity away, you know, all those people who said you're not going to do that, and you did it. So long-term goals are good to plan first for me. Like, if you're the type of person who does short-term goals and then long-term goals, if it works for you, awesome. But in my opinion, long-term goals are good before short-term. So, but basically, my main ones are my room, getting this, because like, I don't feel completely moved into my room yet from Florida, even though I've been back for almost like over 6 months. I want to save up for Cedar Point, which I've already planned out, like everything I'm going to do. And just to have a good year. Avoid train wrecks as much as possible. So basically that's about it. So I wish you guys all the best of luck in 2010, even though it's 2 months in. And I hope the best, you guys have a really good year, and you stick to your New Year's resolutions. And I will see you guys later.